I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles from Brian Giles MTG. And I got my Goku here going on here, because I'm going straight Super Saiyan over the craziness that has just dropped. Now, I had heard that Phyrexia All Will Be One spoilers would start dropping this week. I thought, well, maybe it'll be further down the week. And, you know, because they usually release them on Thursday or Friday for a regular set release. We haven't even gotten Dominaria Remastered yet, and they're already dropping spoilers. Of course, there was the leak about the Phyrexian token. So we're gonna get to that. But first up, here's something interesting. I just confirmed all of this. Is that in Phyrexia All Will Be One, in this set, the list cards will contain another reskin of a secret lair. And this time, it is the Street Fighter cards. So, first up, we have Zethi, Arcane Blade Master, which is the reskin of... Oh man, I can't think of my Street Fighter characters now. I know who they're talking about. It's the one with the multi-kicker. Dang. So it's one white and one blue and one for a 3/3 legendary human soldier. So she has multi-kicker, Zethi, Arcane Blade Master. There's the battlefield exile of X target instant cards from your graveyard, where X is the number of times Zethi was kicked. Put a kick counter on each of them. Whenever Zethi attacks, copy each exile card you own with a kick counter on it. You may cast the copies. Ouch. Next up, we have Marika the Brutal Gladiator, which is a reskin of Zangief, which is Jun, black, red, green, and 2 for a 7/4 legendary human warrior. Marika, Brutal Gladiator must be blocked if able. As long as it's your turn, Marika has Indestructible. Whenever Marika deals damage to a creature, if that creature was dealt excess damage this turn, that creature's controller sacrifices a non-creature, non-land permanent. Ouch. But that's a nasty card, for sure. Next up, we have Tadeus, Juniper Ascendant. 1 green, 1 white, and 2 colors for 1/3 legendary human monk with reach. Tadeus has hexproof as long as it's attacking. Whenever creature you control with reach attacks, untap it. It can't be blocked by creatures with greater power this combat. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. I can see a serious evil deck based around this card, which which centers around a lot of reach creatures. Um, the Gaia Meld card uh, from Brothers War, and Sereth the Viper's Fang uh, from I believe it's Innistrad Midnight Hunt, where she gives hexproof when you're not attacking. This has hexproof when it does attack. And reach creatures can't be blocked with stuff with greater power. And guess who has reach? Gaia. Oh, not Gaia, but Titania. Titania's both both forms, her regular form and her melded form. So that's sick. That's just wrong. Bad, evil card. So next up we have Emard the Storm Cleaver, which is 1 blue, 1 red, 1 white, and 1 for a 4/4 legendary human soldier. When Emard the Storm Cleaver enters the battlefield or attacks, put a charge counter on or remove 1 from it. Whenever you remove a counter this way, choose 1. Emard deals 4 damage to any target, or Emard gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. I think that's what's the one for Brazil? Blanca. Tadeus is the one from India. Yoga Quick Flame. Next up, we have the Howling Abomination. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe Emard the Stormcleaver is, I can't think of my Street Fighter characters right now, but somebody will tell me in the comments. Because I don't have them pulled up in an adjacent window. The Howling Abomination, this is probably this is probably Blanca here. For instance, one red, 1 green, 3 for a 5/5 legendary human beast warrior with haste. The Howling Abomination has trample as long as you cast 3 or more spells this turn. Whenever the Howling Abomination becomes the target of a spell, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn and deals 2 damage to each opponent. That's ugly. Next up, we have Balden Sentry Herdmaster, 2 white and 4 for a 0/7 legendary human warrior. As long as it's your turn, each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Whenever Balden Sentry Herdmaster attacks up to 1 target, up to 100 target creatures, each get +0/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Yeah, that's E Honda right there. I know that. So, next up we have Vika Scorching Stalwart. 1 white and 2 for a 2/4 legendary human warrior with training. Pay 1 red and 4 and untap and discard a card. Scorching Stalwart deals Vicious Scorching Stalwart deals damage equal to its power to any target. If X6 damage was dealt to a creature this way, draw a card. So that's Ryu, and then Aisha of Sparks and Smoke is 2 red and 1 for a 4/2 legendary human warrior with prowess. Pay a hybrid red-white. Aisha of Sparks and Smoke gains first strike until end of turn. Whenever Aisha deals combat damage, you may cast a sorcery spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost. Huge! That's gonna be nasty. And next up, I'm gonna actually show these cards off because they are sick. These are the basic lands. So we have the plains and the island, the swamp and the mountain, and there's the forest. That's the Phyrexian. These are just the regular basic lands, generic, but they are very nice looking. These are the full art, and these things are just sick. The plains, the island, the swamp, the mountain, and the forest. So then we have the cards that were already spoiled already, which I will go over right now. So we have Furnace Punisher, which is 1 red and 2 for a 3/3 Phyrexian warrior with menace. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Furnace Punisher deals 2 damage to that player unless they control 2 or more basic lands. Oh, I sense a land destruction theme here. Next up we have Quicksilver Fisher. 2 blue and 3 for a 4/3 Phyrexian Drake with flying. When Quicksilver Fisher enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Next up we have Sinew Dancer, which is 1 white mana for a 1/1 Phyrexian Soldier. Pay one white and 3, tap it, tap target creature. It has Corrupted, which is 1 white mana, tap it, tap target creature, activate only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. Well, this is Phyrexia, so poison is now a thing again. Next up we have Sawblade Scamp, which is 1 red mana for a 1/1 Phyrexian Beast with haste. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Sawblade Scamp. Remove an oil counter from Sawblade Scamp. It deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's not going to be fun in an EDH deck. No. So we have next up is a reprint, but it fits the set in Thrumming Bird for 1 blue and 1. We have a 1/1 Phyrexian Bird Horror with flying. Whenever a Thrumming Bird deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. Icky, icky. And then we have Mirror Convert. 2 colors for a 2/1 Phyrexian Mirror with Toxic 1. Now, Toxic is now the new type of poison type counters. So we'll explain that when we get to the token that I was talking about earlier. So tap it, pay 2 life, add 1 mana of any color. Now, they have some placeholders for something called a Meldweb Curator, which has a really interesting art to it. And then Crawling Chorus. Next up, we have another reprint that people are going to go absolutely bonkers over in Phyrexian Obliterator. I had a friend who played with this card on Arena, and it is just nasty. 4 black mana for a 5/5 Phyrexian Horror with Trample. Whenever a source deals damage to a Phyrexian Obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. So you don't want to kill this thing with direct damage. No. Next up, we have the Phyrexian Might token that I spoke of. It's a 1/1 token artifact creature, Phyrexian Might, that has Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. And it describes players dealt combat damage by this creature also get a poison counter. Next up, we have a new Elesh Norn. Oh my. The first Elesh Norn was bad enough. Let's see how bad this one is. Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines. 1 white and 4 for a 4/7 legendary Phyrexian Praetor with Vigilance. That's already icky. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. Ew. Now this comes in, they come in several different treatments. And we have an anime art treatment of that. Then we have, so we have, next up we have a placeholder for a card that will be called Venser Corpse Puppet. Yeah, that's disgusting. Next up we have Blue Sun's Twilight. Are we getting another Suns? Are we getting another Suns cycle? Because this is Blue Sun's Twilight. It's 2 blue and X for a source that reads: gain control of target creature with mana value X or less. If X is 5 or more, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Oh, that could be bad. Oh, that's so bad. Next up, we have Slow Bad Iron Goblin. So it's a 1 red and 2 for a 3/3 legendary Phyrexian Goblin Artificer. Tap it, sacrifice an artifact to add an amount of red mana equal to the sacrificed artifact mana value. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate the abilities of artifact. That's not a bad thing. Next up, we have a new card that I haven't seen before in Jor-Kadeen First Gold Warden. 1 red, 1 white for a 2/2 legendary human rebel with trample. Whenever Jor-Kadeen attack, the first Gold Warden attacks, it gets +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of equipped creatures you control. Then if Jor-Kadeen's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. Oh, that's disgusting. That'll go in an equipment deck. Next up, and finally for today, is the first of what I have been told are 10 Planeswalkers. This is Koth, Fire of Resistance. So 2 red mana and 2 for a 4 loyalty legendary Planeswalker Koth. Ooh, so for +2 loyalty, search your library for a basic mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Hey, mana fixing on a body, on a Planeswalker. I like that. Hoo-ha! For -3 loyalty, Koth, Fire Resistant deals damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains you... Oh! Bleepity bleep! And for -7 loyalty, you get an emblem with whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target? Whoopsie! Holy shitball! Now, from what I understand, they had some things that were put out, and it's getting past 20 minutes now. But this Planeswalker is somebody that has been made a Planeswalker from New Capenna, and is part of the Phyrexian resistance there. So I like this dude. So that's all the spoilers I have for today. So hoo-ha, good cards, some interesting secret lair list cards, and just some absolute craziness. So I'm loving it. Hoo-ha, have a great day.